lady up here. All right, hop on up.
Too slow.
Mac, is this your preferred program?
Yes, Art Studio. Yeah. I haven't tried many others, but yeah, I'm using Art Studio. So. I'm using Art Studio. I haven't tried like the other programs, but I'm using Art Studio. So I've only done like four digital gigs. I did one like a week long, and then the others were like bar mitzvahs and stuff in our city. So I haven't done many live digital gigs yet.
Mac, excuse me, can't hear you that well.
Sorry.
So can we please cut down the chatter in here, guys?
No, it's not that.
It's not the chatter, it's Mac.
I haven't done as many gigs. I've done like maybe 3 or 4. One of them was like a week long, and the other ones were like a bar mitzvah, conference, a 1-day deal, and just some others. But I do use Art Studio. I haven't tried the other apps, but I use Art Studio. It's like a $5 app, I think, or $4.99 or so. Yeah. So, and I think you were the one that asked about how to connect to the monitor, the iPad stuff, or printer, right? Printer.
Everything. Yeah.
If you want to ask me after, because I told you we could answer those questions during the seminar, so I apologize. But I'll answer those questions after if you like. So if you have questions about connecting an iPad to a printer without using a router, which is a good idea, I have it all set up here. If you have questions, we can ask. I can answer those questions afterwards and stuff. So that's a good start. Could you say? I'll just kind of change. Perfect. Okay, make sure I'm on my sketch layer. Yep. All right.
I noticed that you're using a Cintiq for the iPad as opposed to just a finger.
I'm using a what? A Cintiq?
Stylus.
Oh, a stylus.
Stylus. As opposed to your finger.
I just started using this. It's called a Jot. I prefer my finger, but I want to start getting used to this because it has. Because when I use my finger, I try to use my fingernail. I kind of touch the fingernail on the iPad to get that pencil feel. When I do use my finger.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll kind of bend it a little bit so my fingernail's touching the glass and I can get that pencil feel. But I want to try to get used to this because it's a hard tip, so it's a little bit easier. So I don't have to use my fingernail to get that feeling. So. Yeah, make sure to.
For those of you that attend what Stylus is using, it's called the Adonit Jot.
Right.
Adonit.
Right.
Could you please say that again?
Adonit Jot.
Can you spell that, please?
Oh, jeez Louise. Matt, go ahead.
We can.
Adonit.
Adonit Jot. This one's a Pro, so it has the palm resistant.
Palm rejection.
Yeah. You can charge it. But I have a few different ones. I have the Jot Mini, which is a little cheaper. This is not, what do you call it? Pressure sensitive. So there's no pressure sensitive. You can get your thin lines by going fast. That's how you get. Is there a name for that? No. Okay. No pressure sensitive. Yeah. So I stick to doing a size 8 for the line. It's a real thin one, but I've always been using that. So there you go.
For your canvas size,
Yep.
what are you?
I'm using a 4x6. If you want to see here, go to Layer, maybe Adjust, Image. Canvas size. I'm using a 600 wide by 900 high. It comes out real clear on the 4x6 card. Yep. That's what I'm using.
So that's a 150 DPI resolution.
Is it what?
It's a 150 DPI resolution.
I have no idea.
Its iPad is, I believe the output resolution starts at 72. Yeah, 72, but you can change that. But you have to adjust your pixel ratio if you want to be nicer.
All right, so I'm doing like a quick little sketch. Yeah, it's opacity, so like if I keep rubbing like that, it gets darker and darker and darker and darker. It just has that pencil feel, you know, when you pencil more and more, it just gets darker. But I don't spend too much time here at this stage. So at this point, I go to my ink layer. I zoom into the eyes. Forgot about the glasses, but okay, so zoom into the eyes. Oh. So yeah, you got to go back to, yeah, when you do switch your layers, you do have to raise your opacity back up.
So how long will one Jock Pro last you?
You have brown eyes? Brown? Blue, okay. How long does it last?
You got your pen.
It's, I mean, I haven't used it very often, but
Oh.
I guess it'll last a long time. It comes with like, I think 2 extra tips, because these things kind of break or fall.
Yeah.
I've lost one already.
Yeah.
And then you can reorder the tips. They're pretty cheap. You said they're blue, right?
Do you open up a file with like preset layers for, sorry, do you open up a file with preset layers on it?
File with preset layers. No, I create the canvas, I open up the files, I create the files or the layers, right? Layers.
Yeah.
I name the layers. I even set the colors that I like, the ones that I want, and then I save that. And when you save it, it saves the colors, the names of the layers, and I make a copy because sometimes I'll forget to save it, or I save it, and it's just ruined. So I always have a second copy in case I make a mistake when it comes to saving, because I'll lose all that data.
So each layer has its set of colors. It's sort of like a system you've established.
See this on the right here?
Yeah.
These are the colors that I've established.
For all the layers, or do you
Right.
have one
I've made
layer
all
with
these little
four
colors, like this one and that one. I've created those colors, and then I kind of I repositioned them too. Like I wanted a certain color next to the black, so I won't have to scroll all the time and get the colors. I made it kind of close.
Right.
So just for the sake of keeping time, Mac, I just want to let you know it's about 10
Oh,
minutes
sorry.
here.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, please,
Yeah.
you guys are more than welcome to ask questions. We just want to make sure we wrap it up in a timely manner.
But later on, we can talk about the setup.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he's making himself available for you guys. These other 3 guys, I won't ask them anything else. They want to get back to drawing, probably.
Mac, notice you're doing a lot of color at the same time you're doing your line. Is that a normal process for you?
Yeah, that's normal for me. It's because you'll see in a little bit,
Okay.
but I kind of have to. But the way I'm doing it, like you'll see when I color, I get the lips, the hair, and the eyes colored, and then at the end I come back and do the flesh and the like shirt and stuff. Just depends on the shirt, but you'll see. So I'm going to color. I usually color the top lip darker. So this is the top lip for her. I get the fill. And see these little white areas here? This doesn't really matter. Right in here.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to printing, it's not going to show. It's a 4x6 index card.
Okay, cool.
I go back to my pencil.
Really cool thing about this app is that it's very similar to the layout of Photoshop. All the different things you can do on the top panel there are very similar to what Photoshop does. So if you know Photoshop really well, this is probably the best app to try and use to tackle iPad caricatures. It's called Art Studio, one word. Art Studio.
I also color the eyebrows too, right when I'm doing the ink layer.
how stoked she is right now. She's so pumped. I know, that's right, guys. You have a very distinct advantage today. You get to watch him draw you. No one else gets that.
Pretty cool. I feel like I'm seeing more of your wallpaper.
Yeah.
Everybody else gets to watch themselves enjoy right now. He's working. Did you just leave with the projector or is
Well, the project is just for this. When we have a TV monitor, we want to have the same element of surprise that you have when you're drawing someone at a live party traditionally. You don't want your subject to see how they look until it's done. So that's pretty much the way we try to operate, and we try to keep the fun and the essence of a live party, but with different technology.
I was thinking how nice and keeps her so perfectly still looking in the exact direction.
She is staying really still, isn't she? That's because we gave her sedatives.
So at the end, you turn around, I kind of go, ta, like that.
No, actually, we just say, all right, check it out. And they get up and they look at the TV monitor and they freak out with all their colleagues and friends or whatever. And then as they're looking at it, that's when we're printing it.
And then they ask you to email it to them?
Yeah, they're like, can you email it to me? Can I give you 5 more email addresses? Can I give you 10 more?
Do you print them each as you finish or
Yeah,
all
yeah.
at once?
I just hit print and boom. It takes about 30 seconds depending on your printer, but they just hang out for a little bit, watch you start on the other person, and they grab their drawing. Call it a day.
It's kind of like a combination of photo booth and.
Yeah, that's a really good way to phrase it. You're right. Photo boothicatures.
You guys ever get into body?
Dex and I did an experiment at a Comic-Con in Seattle. We made some templates of like 5, 6 different body types as superheroes, and then we would draw their faces on top of them. And then we had like Dexter, for example, had his layer set up the way he did here, and we just changed the colors of the costumes. We added a cape if they wanted a cape. There was already a layer with a cape on it, so you just click, and it would appear.
Yeah, cool.
And that was the only time we tried to do retail. It had mixed results.
It's not as exciting as creating it from scratch, though.
Yeah, it's way more fun to just do it on the fly.
Yeah.
Nolan, there's a Comic-Con here in Reno.
heard about that.
This Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
What brush is that?
This
Dress up like Nick Fury.
I have no idea.
Okay, sorry.
It's just the one that it's just there. It came with the deal. Now typically the hair, see what I'm doing here? I would do it underneath and I'd lasso the hair, especially when what I was thinking about was doing the brown on top of the yellow. Just didn't turn out the way I envisioned, but it kind of covers up those black lines, but I guess it's okay. So at this point, I go into my color and I lasso, as I learned from Nolan.
Is it me or is the brush rotating as you rotate the sound?
Is the brush rotating?
Yeah, well, the way they have the brush on the right side of the hair was sort of basically opposite of the left side.
Oh, you mean that?
I guess, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it just follows the direction.
Okay.
So,
So I'm gonna pick 2 colors for her. And with 2 colors, it's gonna be like a light yellow and like a pink. So I do color 1, yellow. 2, it's gonna be this pink here. I have 2 types of pinks. This is the dull one here,
Oh, yeah.
and this is the light one. She has a real light type of color. So I'm gonna use those 2 colors. So color 1 is here, 2 is here. And then I do my gradient. I think that's what it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Gradient, and I do 2 colors, color 1 and 2, and I do a middle deal. And I either sometimes I do it that I would do the yellow in the middle, just depending on their hair if it fits well. But on hers it doesn't, so I'm gonna switch the colors and do something like that or like that. And what I forgot to do is in the inking, I also do the teeth. I also fill in the teeth. Just like that. And then I get the gray, depending on the person, but I'll get the gray, and then I will do like a shadow there. I don't try to get too detailed. I'll delete the sketch layer. And at this point, I'm just kind of if I have extra time, I'll add some shadows. So I'll pick the color and I'll make it just a little darker.
Do you put white on the eyes too?
White? Yes, you're right. Yeah, I do. And I do it on the color layer. Actually, what did I? Just trying to remember what I usually do. Yeah, on the color layer, I just color in the white for the eyes, and I do it like this, and it doesn't mess up the blue because I've already colored the blue with my first layer. And at this point, I'll just kind of add some highlights if I have time, something like that. And then on the background, I just kind of try to feel what fits best. It's my background layer, and I think I'm going to pick like an orange for her. And the orange is going to go, it's going to go from orange to like, maybe like a violet purple. She feels like a violet purple. So I'll get two colors.
How do you decide
I have to
what colors?
deselect, huh?
How do you decide what colors?
It's just, it's a, well, when I looked at your eyes, it had like a violet feel.
Or aura.
Like, yeah, so I was like, well, that'll do good, and orange will bring out like, I guess your yellows and I don't know. But so I'll pick two colors, which one will be here.
Was the photo booth psychic and caricature?
Yeah, well, there's only one Mac Garcia, guys. You get it all.
And then I'll do just this here, two colors, and I'll switch it if it doesn't look that well. And I think I will pick. Yeah, I think I'll pick that one. Yeah. All right, so that's what I'll do.
Nice finished product.
That's about it. Actually, right there. Okay, so I'll leave it there, and I'll get the violet again or something, and I'll just do like a. I typically don't write the names anymore. I just do like a year or something like that. I've even changed that at events. I don't write the names anymore. I just do the year. That's what they're kind of getting accustomed to. Our clients are getting accustomed to in our city. Just save some time. And a lot of times I've misspelled stuff, so I actually have to buy whiteout. And there we are whiting out, and you got these loudspeakers, booming, and it's just hard to. What's your name? And I like to sit far back. That way I can see the whole person, and I'll talk to them first, 30 seconds or something, but I want to sit back so I don't get too complicated and detailed with, because I only have 4.5 minutes, so it doesn't really help, for them to spell their name if they're like, 5 or 6 feet away. But that's it.
But wouldn't you sign it?
Let's hear it for Matt. Hey, so I'll go up the digital voice up here real quick. You guys all deserve to take a bow. Come on, up on up.